day at the races. Today was a really hot day, so I thought I'd do a bit of a filter on this video, which is a bit of a heat wave filter, so it kind of makes it a bit more hotter than what it really was. It's probably about 28 degrees. Here, just filling up the old BMW R80 with a little S on the end of it. It's not too bad. I can't remember how many litres. I think it's about 22 litres from memory. But there's a great site that I use called Fuely, where I kind of write down the mileage every time and what I put in. This is what it looks like at the moment. So I'm averaging around about 6.5 litres per every 100 Ks, and I think the best is about 5.5 litres for every 100 Ks. And as you can see here, the price of fuel going down, which is great. I think it's about $1.90 or $1.89 almost, which is about 40 cents cheaper or 50 cents cheaper than it was about a year ago. So that's good. Another bonus for riding bike around. So I'm heading off to Ruapuna, which is a local racetrack, and the Britain motorbike you may have heard of was tested there many years ago. Amazing looking bike, pink and blue, lots of carbon fibre. John Britton, who designed it. Here I just stopped and I hear my cell phone ringing in my backpack. I had my backpack with all my camera gear and all that ready to film some of the bikes at Ruapuna today. So it's actually the wife calling me. She was quite keen to come along as well, and managed to get a babysitter. So had a bit of a phone call on the side of the road, trying to suss out if it was worthwhile for her to come along. She grew up. Her dad's a bit of a racing car driver with midgets and so forth. So she's been brought up with as a petrol head, so quite keen. So, but we hummed and hawed, and I said I'd only been 2 hours. In fact, I ended up being there for 3.5 hours. So she didn't come in the end, unfortunately. So yeah, it's the race I went to today is the Superbike Champion. I think it is Superbike Championships round 1 in New Zealand. New Zealand riders and a few other races there as well at Ruapuna, or Mike Pero Motorsports ground, I think it's called now. When you get sponsorship, you seem to lose the original name. So I'm heading out towards the airport, the back way, to try and get there. And I'm going to go down a road which is about to be closed. I think they're extending one of the runways at Christchurch Airport, which is an international airport. A lot of tourists coming to the South Island. It's the second largest airport in New Zealand, I believe, or second busiest, probably is the second largest as well, after Auckland. So here I just pull over. This is a bit of a bird spotting place for planes, and I think this is an A320 Airbus, and it's in New Zealand New Livery, which is sort of black and white, sort of using the All Blacks colours, which we may have a change to our national flag and may move that way as well. So I guess the national carrier is already one step there already, using black as their main colour scheme, which is pretty cool. It was sort of a teal colour before, many years since the 80s. Yeah, so this is the back way behind Christchurch Airport, and you can get quite close to the runway. I always feel like I'm on Top Gun when I go down this little road. In fact, I watched Top Gun the other night. It was great watching that film. So yeah, you peg it along and you feel like you're racing the planes. Well, not quite. Trying to. So yep, down the straight here is where they're going to close the road off. In fact, this road here is just going to be a road to this little private airport facility here for small planes. And this is the road they're going to close off, I guess, where they're going to extend this alternative runway for when there's a nor'wester wind or easterly wind, I guess, west or east. And here they have like a little railway crossing kind of barrier that stops the cars when the planes come in and land. So we close this road and they're going to detour it around, and that's where they're sort of doing a bit of landscaping, what do you call it, to extend the runway, I guess, so bigger planes can land when there's a nor'west wind, which is quite a strong wind here in Christchurch. And at the moment the planes have to do crosswind takeoff and landing. In fact, this airport's quite busy for Antarctica as well. A lot of the US Air Force cargo planes come in here, and often can't fly out easily when the northwest winds are on, and I've seen them waiting for the winds to change direction at the end of the runway because their planes are too heavy to take off on this little runway that we just went past before. So that's a bit of geeky information. So yep, heading towards Ruapuna here. Got a bit of roadworks here. It was a bit unfortunate. I'd cleaned the bike, polished it all the day before. So most of New Zealand's roads are pretty much like this, actually, gravel. And I don't know what the percentage is. I mean, obviously the main roads are all tar sealed, but there's a lot of back roads where it's all gravel, which I think if you had a decent dual purpose bike, you can see a lot of that. So this is Ruapuna, or Mike Pero Motorsport Park, as it's called now, and quite chuffed because I only had $20 on me.
Hi. Well, I'm glad it's $20 because I've just got $20 in it.
So as we go in here, I go past a few bikes, but the good thing about this motorsport park is the fact that you can actually go in and go through the pits and see all the bikes and stuff like that. Is where I guess in Europe or America the pits and all those sort of places would be out of bounds to the public. In fact, you can actually get onto the pit lane. There's a barrier which is a great place to get up close, and I've got some great footage coming up where I took shots of the motorbikes zooming past. As we came in on the left, there was a KTM crossbow car. I've got a few close-ups of that in a minute. You can hire that and take that out for a bit of a fun ride around the track. Here on the right, I believe, is all the bucket races and all the 125s, the smaller bikes. Chatting to some of the racer chaps there, and you know, swapping YouTube notes, because a few of them are using GoPros on the back of their cars. So you know, if you type in Ruapuna motorcycling, you'll see lots of videos from the action from the bikes. This is a shady space here where I managed to get a spot for my bike. Don't want to get any UV rays on it. New Zealand has really harsh sun here. We're kind of, there's a bit of an ozone hole above us, so a lot of damage happens to paintwork. Here we go, here's the crossbow up and close. KTM. I really like the KTM designs, and it's amazing how they've carried that same look through to this car, even the speedo and all that kind of stuff, and the colour scheme that they use. So it's a shame that in the long way down and long way round that they didn't actually approve them to use their bikes, and obviously BMW got the deal there, and that made BMWs you know, they sold them like hotcakes after that, the GSs and so forth. So it's really sad that KTM said no. So I'm sure they'll be a bigger company than they are now, but you know, they're still really good. I haven't really haven't ridden any of their bikes. This is in the pit lanes, and I'll just enjoy the sounds for a little while. Superboy going past on a scooter. So it's great, you can just walk around here, there's no keep out, all that kind of stuff, and you know, sniff the smells. This is a dyno testing. I think it's a 2-stroke. I think this guy got about 43 horsepower on this little bike. I'm not too sure what it is, but I'm sure someone will comment on it, and that'll be really well appreciated, because I don't know too much about bikes, but I like to sort of show stuff like this. So this is one of the races. I think this is the 1000cc class, or maybe 600cc, can't quite tell. Quite a lot of the races had mixed racing, where they had buckets as well as bigger capacity bikes, and then they had the twins. Quite a long straight. Apparently the bikes get up to about 280, the larger capacity bikes. This is the twins. A couple of female riders here as well, which is really good to see in the sport. Competing. You can see a few GoPros, so I'm sure there'll be some of the footage being uploaded onto YouTube over the next few days as well. So here in Canterbury at the moment, we haven't had rain for a long time, so there's a lot of brownness to all the grass and so forth. So this is a bit of a slow-mo clip where I slowed the footage down from I think it's about 240 frames per second on the GoPro, but I had to zoom it into 720p. Just got my little son in the room now. He's making some sounds in the background. So yeah. So I slowed this footage right down so you can sort of see what the bikes are like. Here's some more of bikes whizzing around the corner. I think the next bike scrapes it, or maybe it's this next bike. Peg's scraping, you see a few sparks somewhere. Not that one. That one, yeah. So sidecar racing, this is towards the end before I left. It was around about 1 o'clock by the time I left on the Sunday, and I think the real racing was about to start actually. But yeah, my curfew was up, I had to get home to the family. But I had enough by now because it was pretty hot. This is probably the nicest camera angle of the day. Everything in focus. You've got a few S-bends. I took this one next to the Smash Palace barbecue site. Smash Palace is a nice pub that we've got in town, and they have a bikers night on a Thursday night, and a lot of people meet up with a few friends there and a few beers and so forth.
Leaders at the moment. The leaders should be coming out 3 years. There they go. Astrid Hartnell doing the swinging. Strong little lass, this lady, and Steve out the front. Steve, we call him Spike Taylor.
So yep, more bikes. These are all obviously spectators' bikes. My bike mixed in with all that lot. Ducatis and all sorts. R1s, Suzukis, GSXs, Hayabusa's. All sorts of bikes, and a Harley with chameleon paint. Haven't seen that kind of paint job for a long time. I think it was really fashionable back in 2001. And this is another end of the race park. A few more bikes. Lots of bike porn. It's great. And car porn too. I think there's a Vauxhall. Can't remember what they call that. Some boy racer car. It's quite cool. That's a Smash Palace barbecue stand as well. It's probably the best views of the racetrack from there. Anyway, this is another motovlog. Bit of action on the raceway. I hope you enjoy it. And like always, feel free to comment. I really appreciate the comments, and subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff. Come back for more. Until later. Cheers.